Right before Donald Trump's inauguration, his son Don Jr. was named as a strategic advisor to the prediction market company Kalshi. And here's the CEO of Kalshi back in November when he was asked why he hired the president's son.
Why did you guys make Donald Trump Jr. a strategic advisor?
We have a lot of advisors, and they span across the board, across different functions. But really, this is all about growing this industry, the prediction market industry that a lot of people really believe in.
Does he come to meetings? How much do you pay him? What's his role? I mean, this is the son of the president.
We have a lot of advisors, and whether it's our investors, whether it's people that we really trust and respect.
He's not just any advisor. He has a direct line to the White House.
We have a lot of advisors.
A lot of advisors, but only one who is the son of the guy controlling the federal agency regulating your industry. And then right now, there is a race to regulate that industry. Dozens of states are in the middle of a huge legal fight against Kalshi and other prediction market platforms. And today, we learned that Trump Jr. actually waded directly into that fight. Because according to the new reporting from the New York Times, Don Jr. recently pitched a crowd of Republican state attorneys general telling them these prediction markets didn't need more oversight. The Times writes, quote, Mr. Trump's tone was friendly, but his comments, which have not been previously reported, dovetailed with a message his father's administration has sent to state leaders. Back off. Yes, the president's son telling a group of state attorneys general to back off from regulating a business he's involved in. Now, a spokesman for Donald Trump Jr. told the Times, apparently with a straight face, that he does not interface with the federal government on behalf of any company he invests in or advises. Kalshi spokeswoman said Mr. Trump advises the company on marketing, which, of course, does not at all address the glaring potential conflict of interest here. So joining me now is the reporter who helped break that story, technology reporter for the New York Times, David Yaffee-Bellany. Okay, David, help us just understand the big picture of what these companies are getting by having an affiliation with the president's son.
Well, look, lots of companies in the Trump era have done this. They understand that we're operating in an environment where the Trump family is open for business. They're willing to partner with companies in different sectors. And, Kalshi and its biggest competitor, Polymarket, have both kind of latched onto that opportunity and forged partnerships of different types with Don Jr.
You're a journalist, you cover tech. I just played this clip of the CEO of Kalshi. This is from last year, deflecting repeatedly, or that's how I would describe it, when asked about the role of Donald Trump Jr. As a journalist who covers this, what did that tell you, his refusal to kind of answer those questions that were very valid questions from Julian Kent?
It's certainly striking that neither of those top two prediction markets, nor many of the other companies that have worked with Don Jr. and his brother Eric, have been particularly specific about what they're doing. And certainly a plausible reading that a lot of people have put forward of why companies like that would want a partnership with him is because it gives them some form of political access or a kind of implicit seal of approval from the Trump family, which, even if it doesn't translate to a direct line to the president, might help in certain situations. That's a reading a lot of people have of what's going on here, but it's not something that these companies are ever comfortable saying explicitly.
I suspect that's why she asked the series of questions. How large, the backdrop here for people, again, who are just kind of tuning into the prediction market, or they've seen it, but how large and quickly have these prediction markets grown since Trump came back into office? Because that's kind of a part of the story here as well.
Absolutely. There's been a real explosion in the popularity of these prediction markets. Just a couple of years, this was a niche corner of the internet. Election nerds who, loved tracking political trends might kind of log on and see what was happening. But this wasn't something that average people were thinking about. In the Trump era, both Polymarket and Kalshi have become genuine cultural phenomena. They're processing tens of billions of dollars in trades every month. People are betting on elections. They're betting on sports. They're betting on, what Taylor Swift will wear to her wedding. And it's sort of expanded the aperture of the types of things that Americans can bet on. And that's been troubling to some people, and to others, it's emerged as a kind of exciting thing to do in their spare time.
David Yaffee-Bellany, thank you so much. And thanks for educating all of us on this. We'll continue to follow and read your stories as well. Thanks again for joining me.